Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's October 5th. Sitting on the back patio again. Beautiful day in Oklahoma. Boots is trying to play with me. Oh, watch, he's gonna want me to throw it. You want me to throw it, Boots? Want me to throw it? Watch. Go get it, Boots. So yeah, that's what I'm up to, but I wanted to make this video today because it's just the perfect time, honestly. It's like, for those of you who know about my investing style, I'm always two things: buy when there's blood in the streets, and also dollar cost average into your investments, right? Like those are just kind of staple things you have to do. And my niece is trying to get my attention, but I got to finish this video. So as the title suggests, I'm going to be talking about Snapchat today. And with a lot of my investments, sorry, it's just terrible lighting because the ceiling thing and all that. May I go this way a little bit better? Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about Snapchat, and Snapchat has been like one of my favorite investments for a long time. It's actually one of the first companies that I started investing in back in 2017, and I've been just dollar cost averaging in, buying whenever I feel like it. I think I've bought Snapchat everywhere from $14 and now today it's at $8, probably even going to $6 very shortly. But the reason why I have invested in Snapchat is my investment style is very much a macro / hands-on, in the trenches perspective, right? And I don't try to be contrarian, but being contrarian in your investment theses is what allows you to make returns. And those of you who, I've done a couple of investment videos, I don't do them right away because although I might be trying to get my position in an investment, I don't like to share until I'm ready to disclose that. And I'm very, very ready to disclose Snapchat because it's a screaming buy to me right now. Very against a lot of the Wall Street perspective right now. But how did I come to this conclusion, right? I've been a Snapchat user since 2011 or no, 12 or 13. Had one of the earliest adopters of Snapchat, and I've watched the platform grow. I've watched them innovate. I'm always a bet on the jockey type of guy. Evan Spiegel, the CEO of Snapchat, very quiet, very reclusive, but this guy has a thesis about social media that resonates very strongly with me. It's one about sort of like the anti-social social media, and he's really just executed on this thesis over the last 5, 6, however long years. Snapchat IPO'd, I think, at like $35. I was not investing at that time, so I didn't buy it. I'm very fortunate so. I don't think that it's ever a good idea really to buy IPOs, typically because I think the market hasn't gotten enough or has not received enough time to like really sort of evaluate Snapchat. But yeah, Snapchat IPO'd at $35 and today it's trading at $8, and it's basically on freaking sale, guys, because in my perspective, Snapchat is stronger than it's ever been. It's as strong fundamentally from my perspective. Now, I don't look at the things that Wall Street looks at, right? Like Wall Street likes to look at quarterly reports. They like to look at user metrics and things like that. I prefer to be in the trenches, right? I prefer to be anecdotal with my investment, and from what I can see, what I see whenever I look at Snapchat, I see the camera company of the future, right? And I think it's important to note that Snapchat has marketed itself as a camera company, not a social media company. And I first became bullish on Snapchat whenever I realized the significance of the memory feature, which I'd also like to point out that in the social media landscape right now, basically you run the risk of becoming a feature anytime you innovate. Facebook loves to copy anything that other social media platforms are doing, and that's fine because I always believe, like, if people are copying you, that's because you're the innovator. You're doing the new thing. And Evan has demonstrated that he is able to innovate and that people are going to continue to copy him. And I would prefer to invest in the thing that people are copying. Obviously, I'm 25 years old. I watched the rise of Facebook, and I remember when Facebook sort of first became a thing in the 2000s. And I think that Snapchat is just almost mimicking what Facebook did, which is it IPO'd really high, dove down, and then people realized what the potential for the technology really was, and then it skyrocketed and never stopped since, right? Up until now, right? He's been taking a little bit of a beating, but it's all about just perception and the perception of the company. In my perspective, although the narrative and perspective of Snapchat is not great right now, the fundamentals are better than ever, guys. He is continuing to innovate. So it started with memories, and then it moved to Bitmojis whenever he did that acquisition. And then it you know, he continued to innovate in the area of, I don't even know what to call it, but basically mapping the world and allowing you to, you know, go to that map feature and click on a sporting event, a soccer event in England, and I can literally be there in the stadium, right? Like it's live on a different perspective. And I have some thoughts about where I think he'll take the company. His first product, the glasses feature, didn't do as great as people would have expected, but he's continued to produce that set of hardware, and I think that long-term macro, he's going to get to nail that just by continuing to iterate and innovate in that space. And I think that space is going to become huge, right? It allows him to capture the mind share, not the mind share, but actually the hardware space as well of augmented technology, augmented reality, virtual reality, which are trends that I think are going to continue to take off over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And so I'm very bullish there as well. And then also just watching how people behave, right? Like, I've noticed a couple of things. Millennials, they use Instagram and Snapchat. They continue to use both because there is a distinction between the type of quality of content that you put on Instagram and what you put on Snapchat. And the reason that this is, in my explanation, in my opinion, in my belief, is because of the different philosophies that the philosophy that Evan Spiegel has taken as it relates to social media and I guess like sort of social affirmation, right? Snapchat's a lot more private, which then people are a lot more vulnerable, a lot more real, a lot less polished than what they want to portray on Instagram. Now you see Instagram trying to copy Snapchat with memories now. They've copied with the stories, they've copied with filters. It's only a matter of time, I think, before they try to copy with Bitmojis. I think they don't even realize what Evan's doing there because he is innovating. But, you know, recently Snapchat has partnered with Amazon. Wall Street is putting out rumors that, you know, Amazon's going to buy Snapchat. My belief is that Evan's not going to sell. He's not selling because he has something that he's trying to do. And yeah, no, she can come. Where I'm going with all this, sorry, my train of thought got thrown off. Where I'm going with all of this, though, is simply to say that if you look at how people are spending their time, I know some Gen Zers, some like sort of borderline Gen Z millennial folk, and if you watch their behavior, Snapchat is the platform of communication for them. From everything from video, group video now with Snapchat, you know, just like being able to have a private story and a public story. It's about having control over your social media. It's about having control over who sees what, and having control over your data, which is becoming more and more important. I think Evan falls on the right side of things in all these positions, which I think is going to play long term. And this is getting really long now, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. But I see myself as a macro investor and an intuitive type of investor, right? But I see the younger people really jumping on Snapchat. Now also, you see, like, it's always, once you get to that stage in a technology social media development where like the middle-aged women, like the 30/40-year-old moms start jumping on it, that's whenever I become very bullish. And I think that's the moment we're in right now as it relates to Snapchat. A lot of moms are starting to get on Snapchat, but it's going to be a Gen Z driven adoption, right? Like, Facebook is so old now that your grandparents are freaking on it, and like it's become like, Facebook is still going to exist, don't get me wrong, but I think that the market cap of those two social medias is not reflecting their current day true potential of how they're going to innovate and grow. I think that Facebook I think it's right for there to be a pullback at this time in history. But I think long term, it's probably a good time to be buying Facebook as well. They've just been exponential with their growth for a long time now. But in my perspective, as a young investor, someone who's only 25, like Snapchat's a little bit riskier than Facebook, but I think the upside is huge. And you want to help me close out? I'm about to wrap this up. I'm about to go hang out with my niece, and so we're gonna say bye to you guys. What do you want to tell them, Ava?
Uncle E.
You wanna say?
Subscribe, Uncle E.
Yeah, tell them subscribe, right? She's been watching a lot of kid YouTube, so I'm gonna go hang out with this cutie right now. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.